Hello and welcome to the PRL podcast for Division 3. My name's Mark, Old School 3000. I'm joined with Robert Someone. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm eager to start a new podcast.
Yes. We have lots and little to talk about this week, I think is fair to say. We have lots of things that aren't necessarily about the race directly, but then we have lots of things that, and not a lot to say about our race in particular, because ours was really boring.
That's why we wanted a guest on the podcast, just to give us an insight on how a race around Baku can be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But no one could do this week. I think we've got a couple of people for next week, but yeah. No. So I don't know. Let's talk about our experience of the race, I suppose, first off, because we were both. I think we were both at the sharp end of it. So yeah, let's hear about all of your incidences then.
Do you want to talk about the quali as well, or just the race itself?
I don't know. Everything that happened. Just run through what happened with you and your encounters and.
Well, I messed up my qualifying really badly. I set a lap on the softs really early on. I just didn't really push that hard on that lap, and then on my actual lap, I hit the wall before the castle section, so I had to start on the softs way back in 7th place. And that strategy basically meant that I wouldn't meet anyone for the entire race. Like, first lap was all my action. Literally, that was it.
I kind of had the same thing with quali. I was quick in quali. I was very quick. I was surprised. I was looking around and thinking that Wave had a qualifying bug, but yeah, that affected him, and obviously Coco didn't start on the ultra softs. Yeah, it was a bit weird actually. It was quite hard. I mean, I think I was over a second clear in the qualifying, and yeah, some of the race incidents. To be fair, the only race incidents I can talk about will refer to other people. So there's nothing that I did. I had a clean race. I didn't do anything silly. I didn't break a wing, which I was amazed about, but nor did you, did you?
I didn't do any. I didn't have any mistakes in the race. Neither did Coco. He was close to hitting the wall in the last lap. That was it. Three of us just went.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was it was just bit yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting race in some ways. There's a lot I want to talk about indirectly, but my actual race wasn't particularly interesting. But yeah, do you want to run through the qualifying?
Yeah, so first we got pole position.
Yeah.
Got a 1:38.1, which is actually pretty quick for D3. And I'm not sure if I can say I was surprised that you got pole position, because I was expecting it. Either you or Coco. But yeah, I was pleased to see that you finally got a pole position.
Yeah, that's my first ever one. So I was very happy with that.
I'm still waiting on mine.
No, it'll come. But I was quite surprised to see who was second.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not necessarily surprised again, because Dave was bound to get quicker.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that to be this soon, since I haven't stepped my game up that much, and seeing Dave just become this quick, this fast, it kind of worries me.
Nah, there's a good result from Dave, to be fair, but it's a peculiar track, isn't it? So I don't know if that's anything to do with it or not, but yeah.
I guess we'll see around Spain.
Yeah, and then we had Brex in in third. That's a good result. Very good result.
Yeah.
Who ca- I
And
can't.
I think the MVP of the qualifying in fourth.
Yeah. The people don't believe me when I say that LFC is actually quite quick. He's not that
Well,
slow.
I don't think people don't believe you, but it's still surprising because we don't see him racing that much. Since
No.
he basically gets involved in incidents early on. He's just unlucky. So we don't really see his pace around any track. I think he said on the chat that he's raced less than 10 laps overall in PRL.
From about 7 starts. Like,
Yeah.
but I was still a bit surprised to see him in fourth, if I'm honest. But yeah, no, it was a good result. The one that worried me, and subsequently I had reason to worry, was Coco in fifth, qualifying on the supers. That really.
And he actually had a different setup since him and Wave and Ibo. The bug with the setups happened to him as well. He had a Silverstone setup around Baku.
Whoa! I mean, I don't think. I mean, that's crazy to be fair, but
So the fact that he managed to put a lap in first of all and then get fifth on the super softs, that's impressive.
that is impressive. He may have. Wow, he may have even got third or even second, or a bit. I mean, I don't think he'd have pulled an extra second and a bit on the just because he was on the softs, super softs, I should say. But wow, actually, yeah, that's very impressive to be fair. But yeah, blimey. I mean, wow. But yeah, heated in sixth. Another good result for one of the new guys. Him and Brex doing really well. I think that's a very solid result.
I'm starting to see another rivalry here, just Romania versus Malta.
Yeah, actually. But no, yeah, that could be a thing. Actually, that could be a thing. But you in seventh on the softs. That's a really good time. To be fair, it's not great, but it's good enough to put you seventh, which is.
It could have been a lot better, but I guess I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and Ryan in eighth on the ultras. A bit disappointing, really. James in ninth. I don't know if you saw, but James smashed into the pit entrance and blocked it. It nearly ended my quality.
I didn't see that.
I didn't upload it because I didn't do any of the quali, but yeah, he smashed into the pit entrance and his car didn't ghost, so that was a bit hairy. I think he may have done a bit better than what he did, even though he's on the soft, so it's not that bad. And my favourite qualifying was Emperor.
Yeah, that was when I was on my quick lap, and I went past him. I looked to my right, and I saw he had the green tires on. I thought my game was broken. He just pulled an LFC. What was it? Before the pre-race.
Oh yeah, the social races, yeah.
Yeah.
But Maka did this as well. Maka did this previous race. This is a loophole in the league. I don't blame Emperor for doing it. Formula One traditionally has always been about these set of rules coming out. And if anyone hasn't ever seen this series, it's really worth a look on YouTube. It's called Chain Bear. If you look up, he's brilliant.
I can definitely recommend him.
And he talks about one of his videos talks about the regulations and how the cars are meant to look in 2021. But he says that invariably it's Formula One's team's jobs to actually go round the rules as best they can. And I can't help but feel like Emperor and Maka have done this. They've got round the loophole a little bit. I'll be interested to know whether that continues. I mean, if you're going to do it, then fair enough. But it's an interesting.
I don't think it was intentional, to be honest.
Really?
But it could be a good tactic if you manage to get in the top 10 with the intermediates, I think you deserve to start on a better tire.
It's a good result on the inters, to be fair. Wave didn't set a time. Now, I think that was a bit silly, if I'm honest, because he said, oh, I can't race with this setup. Now,
Well, Coco could.
yeah, I think the ruling is with that kind of thing. Once there's a quali, if I don't want to be unfair on Wave, but I only saw that when, and it didn't make it aware straight away, so people had already set laps. If that happens again, I just recommend, hopefully people listen, just get in the garage straight away. I'll wait 30 seconds or a minute, and if everyone can select a setup, then great. Then we'll carry on. But then we might restart at quali potentially, because it caused a
Well,
bit.
I mean, I won't say that it's necessarily his fault that he didn't announce it earlier, because you're not expecting this type of thing. You're selecting your setup, and you notice it when you're on track, when you're braking and you see that your car doesn't want to brake. So
Oh, I
it's kind of hard
suppose.
to notice it in the garage.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Fair enough. Oh, I didn't realise it. Okay. No, that's fair. I'll talk to the organisers about it, because it's not something we was anticipating. Be interesting to see
This
what their
game
thoughts
is perfect for league racing.
are. Yeah, it's really good for being an organiser of a league. It's really fun. The stress, honestly, I get more stressed before a race than I do actually during it. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I mean, I you definitely weren't stressed at Baku.
Well, yeah, I wasn't stressed there, but Adrolock in 12th, no time. I think Adrolock crashed, as did.
Yeah, both him and Bob.
Yeah, and Bob. Don't know what
Bob was
happened
the
with
first
River.
one to crash. I know
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that flash up actually. Don't know what happened with Bibbo.
Uh, it was the same thing that he said that he didn't have a setup.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
maybe he can set a good lap on that setup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely look into it for next race, because I don't want it to affect. I didn't realise. Yeah, I don't know. I'll talk with the other guys, because it might happen. I'll be interested to know what their thoughts are if it happens in another division, if they'd have done the same thing. I'll do
Well,
that.
I was just about to ask this. Did any other division have any problems during the first races? Because I'm not sure.
Don't think so. Maybe Division 2 did one restart. Maybe. I don't know.
So D2 is just a twilight zone.
It's just weird. I don't know what's going on. It's so annoying. I hate restarting as well. But yeah, I'll look into it. I'll find that out actually. I'll put that in the main chat. Yeah. Onto the race. Onto the race. You can run us through if you like.
So we have a mostly Romanian podium.
Yes, fair.
So we beat Malta
Mhm.
in this race. Coca won it fairly easily, I would say. Deserved to win it.
Definitely.
You got second, no pressure, just again simple second place, and then me in third with yet another simple result. I just had a weird, what was it? A 5-second stop-go penalty
Oh yeah.
that I got for no reason.
Yeah.
I just entered the pits with my pit limiter on, and it decided to enter with 81 kilometers an hour, and I got a penalty for that. But
That was
it
weird.
didn't really affect my race, since I finished 40 seconds in front of fourth place. So
I watched
fine.
that really slowly, like really, I was really intrigued. And you went in at 78, and then the game took
Yeah.
over and clipped you up to. It didn't even appear as 81, I don't think. But
It was for a split second. It said 81.
wow, that's a bad glitch. That is not a good glitch at all. Again, I think I'm gonna have to. This is a thing. I haven't really spoke too much about this kind of stuff with the orgs, but I think that's two bugs that need investigating, and I'll definitely speak with Killer, Mitch, Maka, Gary, and Rick about all this, because whilst it hasn't affected them, it could affect them, and I think it's good to have a contingency plan.
Well, I'm glad it didn't affect my race, because I definitely would have appealed that, and I would have sent it to the stewards.
Yeah,
But
and this is it. I think one of the things that I will do, I always try and do, and I just kind of stress for people, just try and race as if you're racing. Don't take into account too much. Try and finish ahead on track as best as you can of the person behind you, because imagine if I just, let's say Coco was another 3 seconds clear, and I just coasted round, and then all of a sudden there's a problem, isn't there? Because you don't deserve the 5-second penalty. I don't know you have it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just a very dodgy situation to get into. Don't want that.
yeah, for the rest of the race, I tried to push myself. Tried to put some time on the guy behind. So I was expecting, maybe the stewards didn't consider that my penalty was unfair, so
No, I
I
don't
had to
think.
prove to myself that I deserved my position. That's what I always tend to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the best way, but yeah, no, and yeah, good podiums all round. Yeah, no, it's very good. Nice to see you get your first podium. Well, not your first podium this year. Have you got 2 podiums now?
No, I got one in the preseason race.
Oh, we don't count that. Otherwise, I've already
Yeah,
won
I
a
know.
race. No, okay. No.
This is the first one of the season. Yeah,
Fair.
my first real points, actually, since I only got 2 points in the first 3 races. I think
Right.
I needed some fresh air.
Yeah, you needed a bit of a boost. I think you did. Yeah, and then Brex, or Bray, I never really know how to say his name, but Bray X93, in 4th, a long way back. And his race actually probably was the most boring out of everybody's looking at it, because he was 40 seconds behind you and 23 clear of 5th. So that can't have been fun.
Well, it was unfortunate for him because he got involved in the incident in the first lap with Dave.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why he finished behind me, because
Yeah.
he could have potentially have fought for that position with me. But going on to Dave, he finished 5th. I think it was really unlucky for him, because obviously he didn't mean to spin and crash into LFC, and then I think it possibly affected Brex since he was right there. That's why I'm saying. But really unlucky for Dave.
I'm gonna say something here, and this sounds a bit weird, but the 2 people's race it most affected, actually, yeah, no, other than the people that are obvious, is actually me and Coco, in a really roundabout way, because with Coco starting 5th, and actually you starting 7th as well, I feel like I was a lot quicker than the rest of the field on Ultrasofts. But when Dave went into me and span and took out Brex and LFC, and I knew that's what happened because I was on party with LFC, and I see on the live screen that 2nd and 3rd are you and Coco. I thought, well, I've lost straight away. I knew, because I thought genuinely there's no way that I can win the race. It was tighter than I thought it would be, but I was hoping that you guys would get held up.
Well, the thing is, you had a good advantage because you had the ultra softs. Because I had the softs and Coco had the supers. So I had to defend from Adrelak, who was behind, and he was on the ultra softs.
True.
So I had to focus on him. But Coco just booked it and tried to catch you as fast as he could. Which he did.
Yes, no, he got me. I think he got me when I was still on the ultras. He did, yeah.
Yeah, just before the pit stop.
Yeah, I didn't fight it at all. It was a good move, but I didn't even defend really on that straight, because I just thought the only thing that could happen is that we negatively impact each other's races. I knew that there's no point. I was going to pit, but yeah, no, Dave. Yeah, I mean, Dave's a good guy. It all come from. I think he outbroke himself. I think LFC actually got a very good start. If you look at any of the videos, you'll see the LFC come up on his side, and I think he was trying to actually. I don't think he was trying to necessarily overtake me that way, because it would have been a weird angle to take. I think he kind of almost forgot about me to the side, and just tried to take the inside line on LFC, and then nudged
that
me.
happens when you're concentrating on somebody else. Then it could happen. It happened to me before. It happened to me in Bahrain. I was concentrating on LFC and I didn't notice car cannon braking so early, so I crashed into the back of him.
Yeah, and Dave's so fair. Like, it definitely wouldn't have been purposely done, but an incredible performance as well, considering he stopped 3 times.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
I mean, that's fairly good, if I'm honest. Ryan comes 6th. Yeah, quite a slow, fastest lap. The perfect example of someone who, hope he doesn't mind me saying, but might not be the quickest, but around tracks like Baku, if you just get round clean, which I'm guessing he did because he 1-stopped, you know, he's picked up 8 points. So
yeah, that's what Ballon and Emperor used to do last season.
Yeah, literally. Like, I don't really know what to do now. What do we do? Do we say who was technically 7th or actually 7th?
Well, I guess we can go for actually 7th, because we were talking about Ballon and Emperor. So Emperor got 7th place.
Yes,
basically.
Absolutely. 1 lap down. Good result. I like seeing Emperor do well. I don't know why, I like seeing Emperor and Bellon do well. There's like regulars, and Emperor even mentioned something in the chat the other day. I was amazed. I don't think I've ever seen him in the chat before.
Yeah, me neither. Now that I think about it, I think I spoke to Bellon once because I had an incident with him at Monza last season.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I didn't hear anything from them.
Yeah, no, fair. But in 8th, this must be his highest points total for, I'm going to say, 2 and a bit seasons. I'm fairly sure that's right. I'm fairly sure this is his highest points total since at least season 14. Is Ibo with 4 points. A lap down again, but yeah, no, good result.
Just seeing Ibo get 4 points makes me so happy. He's genuinely too nice for us.
Yeah.
Whenever I see him, if I have to lap Ibo, and I see him going off the track, just into the grass, or in this case at Baku, just hugging the wall, I feel so bad, honestly.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's a good guy. In 9th with a DNF is Silent Bob. I think in our league you get points, don't you? In real life F1 you get points if you DNF. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, if you're not disqualified, then you get points.
Yeah.
You got 2 points.
Yeah, good result for Bob. Very good result. James, who did retire very early and has managed to pick up a little cheeky point in a solid 10th place. If we sound a bit confused, just bear with us. There is a reason why we look like we can't count. And then Aaron and Heated in 13th and 14th also with a... Oh, sorry, no. In 11th and 12th.
Yeah.
With
I was just about to say.
I don't really know what happened to those guys, but Aaron didn't qualify. I know that. He was late to the party, but yeah, and yeah, let's talk about the reason why we why I was so confused, I should say, not really you, because we had 2 DSQs, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty rather unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, when I saw the videos that Wave posted, I thought that Wave was actually, in the right to be mad at Adrelok, and then I saw the other point of view, and my conclusion is that both of them should have just, not raced as hard as they did, because that wasn't necessarily racing. That was more like, I guess, fighting. Just
Yeah.
like fighter jets going one for the other.
See,
But
what is this like? I mean, my honest opinion on it is, and I'll be candid, right? I was pretty against giving anyone race bans. I didn't want to see it happen. Now,
oh yeah, I think that the DSQs would have been enough.
Yeah,
my take.
But the one thing I'll say is, if you're going to both affect each other's races that bad, like, and you're both going to take each other out, and you're going to do silly stuff and not respect each other, I don't really mind it between two people. If you're both going to behave like that to each other, then fine. As far as I'm concerned, as long as you don't affect other people's races. But the problem is, you can affect their races, and the reason why I ended up thinking, okay, it's not ideal. I don't want to see people get banned. It's just not fun. Like, they're two quick guys, but it could have brought out a safety car. I know the safety car's a bit broken this game, but it could have, like, there could have been anything that happened, and I just wish, and you know, who's to say that it wouldn't happen with other people as well. I know they've got a bit of a rivalry going on, but you know, people do need to understand that it's not, you know, it happens once a week. We do practice a lot, some of us, and you know, we don't want to, I don't know, don't have to deal with that kind of driving. There's a reason why we're in a league, and there's a reason why we're not on lobbies. That's what I would say.
Basically, what they did was teach the rest of us a lesson on what not to do during a race.
Yeah, no,
you
exactly.
Just have to respect each other on track.
Absolutely.
If somebody makes a mistake and crashes into you, you don't have to pull Sebastian Vettel and just hit them back.
No, absolutely. I just think it's just, I don't know. I hope both learn from it, because I invited Wave to the league. Wave's a really cool guy, from what I've seen of him. And Adrelok.
He's quick as well. He's a title contender.
No, definitely.
Him doing this just doesn't prove him as a driver. That's not what should define him.
Exactly. And Adrelok's probably just as quick, but he's just been a bit unlucky. He got unlucky with China, with Wave. I'm not sure if he raced I'm not sure if he's raced all the races. I think he might have joined late by a race. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think he raced before. I mean, I remember seeing him in the pre-season race. So.
Yeah, no, fair play. Apologies, Adrelok. Apologies, but yeah, no, he's very quick also. So it's a bit of a shame that happened. I really hope to see both back in Monaco, and I hope, yeah, you know, they race so clean. I've battled both of them and never had a problem. I just find it weird. They've got this weird instant rivalry that they've cooked up, and it's just not healthy for either of them. Hopefully they understand that now.
Well, I mean, that's not only a rivalry. It's like mutual hate.
Yeah.
Because we are rivals.
Yeah.
Me and Coco are rivals, but we respect each other on track. We
Yeah.
don't hit each other.
No, the last thing I want to do, I want to beat people by doing well, and also not affecting other people's races, because I enjoy racing people. So, yeah. So what's your thoughts on Spain? Because you predicted that you would get your first podium in Baku. So
yeah, I said there would be 7 finishers. There were 8, so I was close to that as well.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Your predictions are fairly good. So I'm wondering what your predictions are for for Spain, and what you think of the track.
Well, I'm not that fond of Spain. I think for me it's one of my weaker tracks. I think it's my second worst after China. So I'm not really waiting for the race, but I guess it could be a really fun race in terms of the results, because I don't think many of us are good at Spain, right?
No, I agree.
So it's the same as China. Anything can happen. Maybe some rain. I don't know. That would be quite fun, since we haven't had any rain yet. Hopefully not at Monaco, because that would be the worst Saturday ever.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I'll say is that it's not a fun track to drive, like Baku.
No, it's not at all.
I like Baku to drive, but Baku, I've done loads of lobbies. I do a lot of online lobbies with LFC, and the one thing I've noticed about Baku is that it kills lobbies. Like, you have 15 people in a lobby, 6 will finish and 8 will leave. Like, and it always gets voted in. Like, it's terrible racing. The grid gets spread. But I think Spain's going to be the opposite. I think Spain's not necessarily fun to race by yourself, but I think in a league race, I think it could actually be it'll be a lot closer. I think there's less places to DNF, a hell of a lot less places to DNF.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of places where you can make mistakes. That's the thing. That's why I said that anything can happen, because any of us can make one or multiple mistakes during the race. And when you're racing next to somebody, when you try to overtake him, you can actually have this as a work in your favor and push them so hard that they make a mistake themselves. That's the fun thing about Spain, because it's so easy to lose the backhand of your car.
No, agreed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think tyres again are an interesting topic. That will be interesting to see. I think there's a lot of variety in how you can actually do this race. Yeah, I don't think me and Wave have actually done any race where we've been on the same strategy. Possibly with me and Coco as well, actually. So I think
myself as well.
Yeah. I think there's so many different ways to do it. I think, I'll be intrigued. I think a few people might try a one-stop. I think the medium TC guys will struggle to do that, but yeah, be interesting to see.
Tire wear is gonna be so difficult to handle.
Yeah, definitely. What's your predictions then?
I guess I'm gonna go for Coco to win it again, since I know that he likes Spain pretty much.
Yeah.
One of his favorite tracks. I'm gonna say Dave to get second.
Okay.
Since he proved that he's quick last week.
And
And then, just to be realistic, you in third, since you've been on the podium. You're quite a constant on the podium this season.
I'm not going to be too dissimilar to yours. The only thing I would swap is probably Dave and Macca. But otherwise, I think that will be the result. Oh, actually, no, I think Macca will win. And that'll annoy him, because he'll have done me a favour. Because then Coco will come second and I'll come third, and I'll still be top. That's my prediction.
Yeah, team orders.
Oh, trust me, me and Macca get on probably a lot better than probably some people might think if they've ever known our history. But we don't want to lose to each other. So yeah, we'll have to see. But I wanted to do something real quick. By the way, I've looked up a couple of facts today. I wanted to make this more involved, but I've got 2 facts for you that I want you to answer me about Romania and its relationship to F1.
Okay.
See if you know. Now, this is somebody. There has been someone who has done a Grand Prix, right, who is Romanian. But it's it's a long time ago, and it's before the World Championship was formed. Do you know who it is?
I have no idea. This is so embarrassing for me, but I have never heard about this. Ever.
He raced in the 1936... No, sorry. He entered the 1936 Hungarian Grand Prix, but didn't actually attend it. But in 1939, he entered the Finnish Grand Prix and comes second place. And he's a chap called Petra Christea.
Okay. Do you want me to say the name in Romanian?
Yeah, go on then.
Petre Christea.
Ah, okay, fair play.
That's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
looking him up right now. And I didn't know about this.
It's unbelievable. I was going to make this a wider thing, but I was a bit busy at work because it's my last day before I'm off for 6 days, so I couldn't just be sat there googling Romanian F1 facts at work. But I did manage to get one more in because I could do it looking like it was work a little bit. So I went on Google Maps. Which track is furthest away from Bucharest? Is it Baku or Catalonia?
It's Catalonia.
It is.
It has to be Catalonia.
It is, but only by 11 kilometres.
Oh, that's closer than I expected.
Yeah, no, yeah, I thought I wanted it to be Baku because I think that would have been a lot less obvious. But I knew that if I'd have said like, I don't know. Well, Spain's as far west as it goes, so that was kind of annoying. I couldn't really pick.
Well, I mean,
any.
I know where Azerbaijan is on the map, so.
Yeah, no, but it's real
If you
close.
look on the map, it's actually really close to Romania.
No, it's not. It's miles away, but it's really close. Like, as in, like the distance. It's a lot closer than you would think. Well, I would think anyway. I don't know. Maybe this has been a pointless exercise, but there we go. You can ask me some questions next week about British. I'll get some more about Romania and its relationship to motor racing, and you can ask me.
That would be. I'm actually really interested in that, since I have basically no facts about us as a country and racing. I mean, I know that we had a Romanian driver in F2
Yes.
until last year.
Yeah. Actually, when I was looking that up, I saw that, and he wrote, yeah. Is it? Oh, I forget his name. Name with a K, maybe Chris something.
No, he's called Robert.
Oh, is he? Oh, wow. Oh, fair play. But yeah, one thing I wanted to actually, before I let everyone go, really quickly mention to the new drivers. I'm going to put an update about the Fantasy League. We're going to be updating that after Spain, updating the prices involving the new drivers as well. So, yeah, that's about it. And yeah, anything you want to add at all?
Well, I guess I want to propose, to everyone to join the Discord server, since we have that.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a really good point. That needs to be utilised more. Like, I'm a bit old, but I find it brilliant. It's so much more user-friendly than the PlayStation app.
Yeah, Discord is amazing.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll post the Discord link in the comments so you guys can have a look. But yeah, definitely. Actually, no, I won't put it in the comments because that'll be all public. But yeah, no, just I'll stick it. I'll stick it in the chats again later on tonight. So just to give everyone a nudge. But yeah, cool. Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess see you all next week, and hopefully we got some guests next week, unless they pull out. But I doubt they will.
We need people in the hot seat. They haven't asked the quickfire questions for so long.
Yes, no, absolutely.
We need content for the podcast. We need LFC back.
Yeah, I'm off next week, so I can get people just very quickly as well if you're not around, or vice versa. So no excuse, people. But yeah, see you all in Catalonia.